The inspiration, that's really the easy part, and maybe the chorus and maybe the first verse are inspiration. Everything else is work. And so this camp is, some of it's about the inspiration. The part of it when we talk about the stuff that's outside of songwriting, the stuff that I read and the stuff that I see. I see a lot of theater, and I see films, and I see and all that it gets into my work. And I travel, and but most of the camp is about writing the second and third verses, which is the part that's work. Songs are a unique art form. They're Gregory Corso used to get pissed off when songwriters were referred to as poets, and I get it, because a poet has to work without the effect that sheer tonality has on emotion. A poet, when I play a minor chord, I've got you headed in a certain direction before I say a word. So songwriting is a multimedia art form. It hits you on a lot of different levels, probably more than almost anything else you can think of. The only thing you could do that's more 3D than songwriting is write a play. I hope we have people that come that want to learn, that are serious songwriters that want to learn to write songs, but it's certainly, it's a camp, and fans that want to know more about songwriting, I think, are perfectly welcome and take something away from this. And there's no way for me to be able to afford to teach the people that want to be serious songwriters if it isn't for the people that want to come and take their vacation, like learning more about songwriting and more about my songs and more about how I do it. So everybody's welcome, and everybody sort of helps support everybody else. And, and I think that's one of the things that, people that came last year, there were a lot of questions about what this year was going to be like, whether it was going to be the same thing or whether it was going to be a continuation. And it's going to be both. And what I'm hoping will happen is that I'll get enough people from last year that want to continue it, and I'll be able to pick up from there and go into stuff that's more advanced and depend on those people to help me catch up the people that are coming for the first time. So that's hopefully how this will work. It's mostly a long master class divided up by lunch with me, but this year, depending on how many people come back, I may break. People are broken off into smaller groups, which we did last time for part of the day, and that may affect how we arrange those groups. And we were going to institutionalize two things that happened sort of ad hoc the last time, and that is there will be poetry workshops. Trina Sharp, will be there again this year, and Carolyn Williams will be there again this year, who are both, both poets and both academics, and both know a lot smarter than me. And they will be institutionalizing the poetry workshops that we did last year, and we will have a guitar teacher like we did last year for anybody that needs help with their guitar playing. And those will be done as individual lessons or group lessons in addition to it. Other than that, the food's pretty damn good at Camp Copperhead, and it's in your cell phone won't work that well, which you may think is a minus, you may think is a plus. I think for what we're trying to do is probably a plus, and it's a beautiful, beautiful part of upstate New York, the Catskills. Oh, I think, the most rewarding part of it is when I do run across that. We had a couple of people turn up last year that I think are really, really good and that you're going to hear from in the future. And when I run across those people, and one person who came and stayed in a tent, and because it was the only way that she could afford to come to the camp, and she'd never left Scotland before in her life, and she was 21 years old, and she probably came up with two of the best songs that I heard last year. But everybody gets to play one song. That we'll do that again. There'll be an open mic every night, and we won't rest until everybody's played the song. If you can't play a song, then I don't know. We may make you do the interpretive dance or something. So I suggest that you play a song. But it's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it, and And I learned something from it. I think everybody heard. I was beginning to write the record that I'm releasing now, and the record will be out by the time we do the camp this year, and I've been touring it all summer. So it'll be interesting to see if somebody comes back and has heard the rest of the record, and I'll be interested to hear what they have to say about it. I think it's, people. I saw a lot of telephone numbers exchanged last year. I think people make friends for life in any kind of situation like this, I do a lot of activism, and that's a lot of people sleeping in churches and on community center floors and stuff. I did a lot of work against the death penalty, some anti-war stuff over the years. And, a camp is like that. People, are closer together than they normally are, and it's an experience that they have that I think there are probably some people that are still communicating with each other that met at Camp Copperhead last year. If you, it's your first time at Camp Copperhead or whether you're coming back, I think that you'll come away with something this year, and you're welcome to come back, and we'll be glad to have you.